Okay, hello to all of my Taurian friends. Welcome back to Pulse of the Cosmos. I am your astrologer, Emily, and we are here today to take a look at this upcoming week in the astrology that's involved. We do have the full moon coming up this Tuesday, April 7th, and we're going to go through this weekend, Sunday, April 12th. So let's talk about it, Taurus. What's going on for you guys? This full moon is going to be happening in your 6th and 12th houses. So this is going to be a lot of focus on what's in alignment with you spiritually and what changes need to be made in your reality in terms of what's pure to your alignment, and what's connected with you spiritually, like I mentioned. We do have, so the moon being in your 6th house, and it's also about connecting with people who are aligned with your values, and as a byproduct of that, who fits into your routines with the 6th house. Who's comfortable in your routines? Who are you comfortable around, Taurus? Who's in alignment with you truly, and who's connected with you on that spiritual path? Because this moon is happening in Libra, so we understand there that it is all about our partnerships and our projects and our relationships, and who's in alignment with you spiritually there. And are you getting lost a little bit in this 12th house energy over there with your sun in the 12th house? Are you getting lost in some delusions about things, some changes that don't need to be made? With this full moon, it's the time to release those. Okay, and there's a couple sides to the sun being in the 12th house. It's a very spiritually activating time. It's a very opportune moment for you to be getting in touch with some deeper sides of your spirituality, but you have to be cautious not to get lost in this world there. You have to connect that with this 6th house energy, this 6th house energy of immutable earth, and kind of ground that into the reality, right? And that's a lot about what Libran energy does, okay? And we can unpack that a little bit with the glyph. We have the bottom line being matter and the top line being this divine knowledge. And this divine knowledge that can be anchored in this matter down here to exercise divine judgment. And that's a Libra. That's very Libran energies. It's these scales, right? Looking to keep the balance in things. It's a Libra. It prepares us for Scorpio season, where the death and the transformation occurs. It's what partnerships are coming in with us. Who are we taking with us through that transformative process? So this is important because we do have, at the same time, Mercury is going to be sextiling over to where Jupiter and Pluto are over there. So this is important as well, because this is going to be Mercury trying to communicate, right? Who's in alignment with you, and who Mercury has just transited Neptune and gained some information. So you're going to have to peel away some of the delusions there and look at who's connected with your visions for the future while Mercury's still there in the 11th house, because they're going to be communicating with each other, Jupiter and Pluto and Mercury, about what's in alignment. But you're going to have to focus a little bit and do some internal work on what that looks like within you. Mercury is going to be moving into your 12th house, where it can get a little bit lost in the information coming in. But it's important, like I said again, and this is going to be the focus for a lot of the upcoming times, is about the connections. Who's connected to your values, Taurus? Taurus, I know of all the signs, your values are so important to you. Your self-worth, your self-value, your material worth, your material value. Who's connecting with that? Who's connecting with all of those things? Who's connecting in terms of your romantic relationships and your business partnerships? What's going on with you? Because we do have Mars, which is going to be also at the same time as this full moon squaring over to Uranus there in your 1st house, and Mars, which has moved into your 10th house, Aquarius now, squaring over to Uranus in your 1st house. So talk about maybe some conflict between your personal goals and your long-term goals, and maybe some things coming to the surface about the connections that aren't in alignment with that. Because with Uranus being in your 1st house of Taurus, there's a lot going on with connecting to a new and more revolutionary part of yourself, of your self-image, and of your identity, and kind of and obtaining this divine wisdom through Uranus, and kind of breaking up the form of what you thought was true in Taurus. So really that's kind of integration of this new higher vibrational version of yourself. But it's been at conflict a little bit with some of the connections in your life. Maybe some don't understand the personal goals now, and maybe there's not as much of an alignment with the personal goals and the long-term goals and the long-term drives and the long-term ambitions, and some reevaluation there that you're being forced to undergo. Because Taurus, what's going to be just so, and especially important to you throughout all of this, especially my Taurus risings, is who understands your values. Who do you have, who can be comfortable in your routines, who's connected with you on an authentic level, and what partnerships are connected with you spiritually that's going to help you manifest those personal goals into your long-term goals and your long-term drives and your long-term ambitions. And also integrating that piece of this Libra full moon that is this integration of your inner voice with your external avatar. So there's a big piece of that for everybody in this full moon, is especially while we're all so isolated and not able to outsource our attention to all these places, is your inner voice in congruence with your external avatar. Is your inner soul, is your soul's alignment in congruence with the actions that you're taking in the world around you? Because we're in very powerful manifesting periods. We're in a very powerful, potent time where we're all able to really co-create a new reality for ourselves, and really focus on what we want our future to look like and how we can get ourselves there. These are really, really potent times. So it's important. It's so important to look into that. But in any case, all my Taurus friends, let's pull a card, and let me know if you guys would like an extended tarot reading. I'm thinking about incorporating those into all this. I would love to do some more in-depth reading for you guys. I think that would be really fun. So let's see here. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords who came up for you guys. So yeah, the Queen of Swords, the Queen, this is the most uncomfortable queen in her position, right? Because queens are very much so about receiving. Okay, so this is receiving some divine insight and some divine wisdom, but you're going to have to disconnect a little bit from people who don't understand your value. The Queen of Swords, she receives deep, intuitive insights, but part of what allows her to do that is that she comes from an objective place of just wanting to receive the truth. So Taurus, it's important for you, I think, to be open to receiving some new truths coming into your life about who's in alignment and who's not, and what's working for you in your reality and what's not, and about you not getting so lost in some of these worlds. But this Queen of Swords, I think maybe if there's something you're getting too emotional about, it's time to take an objective view to it as well, Taurus. It's time for you to stand into your worth and own your value, like the true Taurian energy brings to the table. But in any case, I love you guys, and I hope you're doing well. And until next week.